A while ago in one of my videos, I said that Amish make mac and cheese way different than what you guys do, and so many people asked me to show you how they do it, so today we're gonna make that. You just boil your macaronis like you usually do, and I don't measure anything for this, and I always boil them in salt water so the salt is incorporated into the pasta. Now we're not gonna let these macaronis get completely as tender as they usually would, but once they're almost tender, we're gonna take them off the heat and then just take this lid and tilt it a little, and we're gonna drain the water off. And you can use a colander to do that, but this is a one pot cheese macaroni recipe, so now we're gonna add some milk to those. And I'm also not measuring this, I just add some until it comes up to almost cover the macaronis. Then we're gonna stir that around a little, and we have it on the heat. And now you wanna let the milk heat up so it gets pretty hot. And once all of that stuff is all heated up, we're gonna add cheese. And I always use this Velveeta, like quick melting cheese or whatever, because that's always what we used growing up. I know it's not the healthiest, but this is Amish for you. And I'm not following any specific recipe here. You can put in as much or as little cheese as you want. This is something very simple to make. Now we're gonna stir that cheese in, and we're gonna stir this every now and then until that cheese is all melted. Now once all of your cheese is melted, you can add whatever seasonings or more salt that you want. I'm gonna add some garlic powder, and then I always like to add some Lori's seasoned salt as well. Just make sure you stir all of that stuff in. And you can make this more or less thin with more or less milk or more or less cheese, whatever you want. You can make this as cheesy as you want. I'm gonna taste this and make sure it tastes right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not a big fan of like pasta like this, but this is so good. And I did not follow any recipe for this because it is so simple. You just boil your macaronis until they're almost tender, add milk, let it heat up, and then add as much cheese as you want, and then add seasonings and salt to taste. And it is delicious and so easy. And now because the macaronis were not completely tender, we're going to cover this and we're going to let it set for 5 to 10 minutes with the heat off so they can continue getting tender, and then they're going to be ready to eat. If you want any like complete recipes with all the measurements and instructions and everything, I do have an Amish cookbook available in my website. If you click the website link on my profile. Enjoy!